Hi guys, so in this behind the scenes episode I'm taking you on a fascinating journey to Derbyshire. I went there to scout two rivers for an episode of Sky History's River Hunters. We were on a mission to discover evidence of the Viking Great Heathen Army. And our first stop, well, that was Repton and Brook. Repton Brook flows quietly behind the historic Repton School, but it isn't just any stream. It used to be an ancient channel of the River Trent. Today it barely flows and it's silted up and is actually teeming with leeches. But despite its current state, this site is actually steeped in history. In 873, the Great Heathen Army, a formidable Viking force, arrived here, and Repton became their winter camp. The nearby abbey held great significance. It was a seat of power, both spiritual and political, and it was also the burial place of Mercian kings. The Viking presence here altered the course of history. Where's that? What? Squeegee. Where's the exit? Yeah, that bubble's coming up behind us. The methane. Look at that. The things is down. Hello. After moving away from the stinking reed bed, the underwater visibility increased significantly, and I could clearly see the riverbed. However, fallen trees and branches were a real problem to navigate through. What fascinated me was the sheer number of bricks that lay scattered around the riverbed. There was even a section of collapsed wall. For me, these have to be evidence of a Victorian period riverside structure that fell into disrepair. Anybody see me? What's a floor tile with a leech on, but it's of some age. Lucky balls. Brick. Our second destination took us to the River Tame in Tamworth, and unlike the heavily silted Repton Brook, the Tame ran much clearer. Clarity like that gave us a much better chance of spotting things on the riverbed, and that's actually what we dream about. River Tame at Tamworth.
I'll go up there, from the bridge.
But Tamworth is much more than a picturesque riverside town. Historically, this location played a key role in the Viking sieges. During their raids and battles, the Vikings targeted Tamworth due to its strategic importance as a royal stronghold of Mercia. The river here would have been central to their movement, both as a means of transport and as a resource. Standing up there. As you will see at the end of this video, when the River Hunters team came to search the river, we actually found a huge number of objects reflecting the rich history of Tamworth right up to modern day. But Tamworth is much more than a picturesque riverside town. Historically, this location played a key role in the Viking sieges. During their raids and battles, the Vikings targeted Tamworth due to its strategic importance as a royal stronghold of Mercia. The river here would have been central to their movements, both as a means of transport and as a resource. Tamworth's history is layered with conflict, resilience, and the Vikings' attempts to dominate Mercian territory. Exploring the River Tame brings us closer to those dramatic events that shaped the course of history.
1 penny. The first coin.
During filming, I was able to use scuba gear to search underneath the bridge, and that is where I discovered the amazing Viking period bracelet. I can honestly say I've never been so excited finding something in a river before. Right, these are the finds. Loads of butchered animal bones. Nice little 7th century clay pipe.
Yeah?
The maker's mark on the bottom. Another beauty. Some more ceramics there. Strange teapot. Huge jawbones. Small jawbones. It's a dog. That's a cow. Thigh bone of a beast, I think. Loads of animal cow horns. Bo's adamant that these are Viking helmets. Clearly he's misinformed. Nice cream jug. Little pots. This one's nice. It's got the name of the creamery. Oh, no. See the maker's mark. We've dated that to 1890 years, so it's a nice little find. Silly pot, metal teapot, loads of more animal bones. A bit of leather work, which we might not find. Loads more ceramics. Even a tripod. Found a tripod that Ollie lost.
Your boys.
Yeah.
In the shop, they're going out insane.
There's the guys there. The river anchor. Castle behind. The big bridge over there. Up to Tamworth. So if you saw the episode on Sky History, you may remember my absolute joy in finding that bracelet. Unfortunately, it may not be as old as we first thought. That said, nobody has come back to me and said otherwise. I'll leave it up to you to decide.